I was afraid my suitor would not be able to see my eyes if I kept them downcast as I had been told to do. The cousins said my yellow eyes looked like pots of cooking ghee, but I knew they were envious of them. On my nose, which was all the suitor's family could see, I wore the gold-starred nosepin my mother had given me when she sent me away. Auntie had said my suitor's family would bring a large platter of fruits or sweets out of respect. It was hard for me not to feel disappointed when they came empty-handed. I heard my suitor cough. I stole a glance peripherally through my orange pachari, and the whole world became a shade of saffron. My suitor's mother was nodding through the mandarin haze. Her eyebrows lifted like the tops of Mount Kilimanjaro. Hasnan is eager to begin a family, though I do not think having children is a thing to be rushed, nah? I must be frank. Is a girl this young and thin capable of starting a family? She is definitely old enough. Every month she has a visitor. Auntie sounded annoyed. The suitor's mother nodded. Her painted face became animated with understanding. I see. The men looked away, feeling ashamed. The cousins snickered in the doorway. I wonder if I should refill the teas or sit mutely like a doll. The group left before I made a social error. The snacks were all but untouched. The one dish I made without Auntie's intervention, gantia, sat in a high stack. Auntie grabbed the spicy deep-fried strips of graham flour dough for the cousins. Everyone vanished from the room, leaving me to do my work. I looked down at my suitor's chai. I could not bring myself to say his real name aloud. A thin skin had formed on the surface. I drank down the remainder of the chai as fast as I could, trying to imagine his personality. Shuddering, I spat out the mouthful, taking my inability to drink the charred milk peel as a sign of our incompatibility. My suitor's family arrived the following week for the wedding. The cousins sparkled in their new saris, glinting like the new set of knives Uncle had just purchased for the kitchen. Now that I was leaving, they could finally buy nice things for the home. Auntie had given me one of her own wedding saris. Every girl needs a wedding trousseau, no matter if it's second-hand. Without my help, you would be going to your new marital home without a stitch on your back. The bottom rim was aged yellow. The choli puckered where I did not have breasts to fill out the pockets. I wore my grandmother's gold star on my nose, the only thing that was my own. It shimmered when light hit it. The cousins tittered with laughter when they saw me. Yet I could not erase my smirk. I was younger than the cousins, but the first to get married, the first to become a woman. My suitor studied his fingernails, which had crescents of black grease trapped underneath. This time around, his mother had brought several packages. She opened them to display. One was a velvet box. Inside was gold jewelry set with a tikka decoration piece for the hair. Another box held a heavy ornate sari. Auntie and Uncle nodded, looking very impressed. I saw the cousins were eyeing the goods and elbowing one another. Suddenly, I felt very important, and let them fuss over fixing my sari so it fell just right. The ceremony was performed quickly. Trays of confetti were circled over my head, prayers were muttered, and candy was fed to me. Auntie cried theatrically and hugged me like I was her daughter. My eyes filled with tears, and the cousins were instantly by my side, wiping my cheeks with tissue. The Maulana, the leader from our mosque, said prayers in Arabic, making the suitor my husband. Because the group was so small, the men and women celebrated together. Auntie embraced me one last time, signaling that my crying ceremony had been sufficiently performed. My mother-in-law squeezed me hard against her breasts. The skin showing above her choli was creased, crimson, and plump. "You can call me Ma now," she declared. Auntie and Uncle clucked their approval at this comment. As you know, Nargis' mother abandoned her in our care when she was a young girl. Allah knows I've done the best I can all these years. Auntie clutched a cousin for support. Now that my wedding was coming to an end, the cousins had resumed their usual look of disinterest on matters concerning me. "Have no fear, I am her Ma from this day forth." Ma thumped her chest hard as we walked out the door.